Sasa leo tutaongelea kuhusu swala moja hivi kwamba hapa katika jamii hii ya wenzetu wanavyoishi hapa, yaani unakuta hawataki kwenda wapi shule, wazazi wao wanawafundisha watoto wao wakiwa nyumbani. Kwa hiyo leo tutaongelea hili, lakini tutamsikiliza baba hapa akiwa anaongelea kwa ufafanuzi zaidi. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. So we're just going to talk about homeschooling to give us an idea of how school works here. Yes, so we have the general schools. Most of the schools here are government schools. I would say about 90% of the schools are government schools. They are good. They are quite good. Now, there's something called homeschooling. So some parents, they don't want their children to go to the general school and pick up bad behavior or be taught some things that are not great for them. When they go to school, general school, they are taught about sexuality, how they can change from boy to girl, how they can change from, girl to boy, how they can be gay or lesbian is okay. I'm not going to talk much about, what, my own view on that, but some parents do not like it. How they can do abortion from early age is okay. They don't need to tell their parents, even from the age of 12, 13. There are lots of things going on. They invite these people to come to school to come and talk to their children, even from the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, which is not, personally, is not that great. Most parents do not like it. So what some parents choose to do, they choose to do what they call homeschooling. So right from nursery, primary school into secondary school. So let's start from nursery. They apply to the government and say, I want to school my children myself at home. They check that they have the necessary skills. They might send them to some training, teacher, college training for a year or so, or for some months. Once they've done that, they give them syllabus, which is the scheme of work of what they would teach their children and how it should be. So let's say school starts by 9 a.m. Almost every school starts by 9 a.m. Some starts by 8:30 a.m. in the morning. The parents would call up the children, get them ready. They have their breakfast before them. And then by the start of school, they sit down in a dedicated room. The parents are serious. Again, this takes us back to some other video where I said we need to learn to discipline our child and be upright from the early start. So they put the child or the kids in a room and they teach them. They teach them well. They are not messing around. They are not playing around. So they go through the syllabus, scheme of work, and they teach them from primary 1 up to primary 6 or 7. It all depends on which country you are, through to secondary school, juniors, secondary to senior, secondary, even the advanced subjects, mathematics, science, they teach them. Now, this child will not go into a public or any school. He's going to learn at home. The parents will decide what they teach them. And most times they turn out to be quite different from the ones who went to public school. The way they behave is different because it's purely their parents teaching them, not house help, parents teaching them. And there's nothing like house help here. Anyway, you cannot pay for it. So the parents will teach them. They will put in their culture, their ethics, their tradition here. Everywhere have their culture, tradition. And I've seen one, the church I used to go, the pastor and the wife, they taught their children at home. And you could see the children are very well behaved, very calm, very quiet, very gentle, unlike other kids who are rough or who might be rough. But these are very dedicated kids, very simple, And homeschooling is quite good, especially if the parents is willing to dedicate time. And I also saw, let me just chip in quickly. This is part of home learning as well. When their children go out, as long as you're living with your parents, even if you are 20 years, they tell them, I want you to be home by 8 p.m. I want you to be home by 7 p.m. They give them a time. If you are not home as a child by that time, you are disciplined. Either you will not be allowed to go out again, and if you become too stubborn, they send you out of their house, especially when you are 18. You are old enough, you are sent out. If you don't want to go, they can call the police and send you out. Your child, their child, they send you out. So homeschooling is quite good. You need to be dedicated because you're also answerable to the government. If you're not doing it well, that means you're not after the interest of that child, and that is not good. Yeah. But it brings up it's you bring up your child the way he or she should be. They will not be exposed to a lot of things that you don't like out there, and they still learn exactly the same thing. After the secondary school, they still go to university. With that, you have to go out to uni. You can't do homes learning in for university, or you can choose not to go to university and then you go and work straight up, or you have your business, or you go and learn some skills and then you start making money. So if you have any questions about the homeschooling, we don't have much time. I can give you specifics also about discipline with regards to, helping our children to be disciplined right from young age, because this is where we miss it. We are not training our children in Africa to be disciplined from young age. They take it into adult age. Everybody suffers it. So yeah, so that's about homeschooling in a nutshell. So feel free to ask any question.
Okay, any question you can ask here, but you can write it in comment section and we will view it and then we will come back to answer anybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking our videos. Thank you for everything.